Today we are talking about an absolutely beautiful short called Anemone. This short was directed by Junichi Yamamoto. You may know him. He has worked as an episode director on some really big shows like Mushoku Tensei, Pokemon Evolution, and Batman Ninja. And actually the fact that he's worked on those latter two will be important for some commentary I have on this at the end. Anemone, in short, is a 5-minute short that is a metaphor for dealing with depression. And I don't want to get too much into that aspect of it, at least plot-wise, because I think it's important. But the story, we are basically in this world that is dark and drab, and it is confusing. You are all over the place. You don't know where you're going. Our protagonist doesn't know what she is doing. There are these mysterious figures there, but you can't really tell who they are. You can't see their faces. It is completely confusing until our protagonist meets a rabbit man, which I personally feel is a call out to Alice in Wonderland. And Alice in Wonderland, many people speculate, is meant to be about a psychiatric patient. I don't necessarily think that is actually the case, what Lewis Carroll was going for, but people speculate that to be the case. But anyway, she meets this rabbit man, and the rabbit man takes her to a time where she meets her younger self. And actually, this is where I want to pivot slightly, because when she goes to meet her younger self is the first time I recognized the use of 3D assets. So up until this point, it seemed very much like you had this beautiful watercolored backgrounds and watercolored sort of style for our characters we see on the screen. But once you go to the past, we're introduced to these 3D assets being used, whether it be just the younger version of herself, but also in the backgrounds we see many things that are 3D. And I do think going forward there's a lot more 3D use from this part of the short. I don't know if that was for budgetary constraints, because 3D animation is somewhat cheaper than 2D animation, especially 14 years ago when this short came out. But also, it felt like it was used as a way to present a shift in the character, as if the character was developing, moving forward, was becoming more than, getting to the next place they want to be, kind of like how 3D animation was supposed to be this shift forward from 2D animation. And I think Yamamoto going on to work on shows like Pokemon Evolution, and particularly Batman Ninja, as a scene director and an episode director, really leans into the idea that he wanted to push forward with 3D animation, and implementing that into this short was him representing that through the short itself. I won't talk any more on the plot of the short because I feel like that will spoil the ending, but this short really is a great way of demonstrating the confusion, the darkness, the how do I deal with my depression aspect of life. So it's really powerful. It's very short. There is no dialogue. It is all music based with diegetic and non-diegetic sound, obviously. And the music is very beautiful and very suited to the scenes. Music direction is maybe an underrated part of animation and just filmmaking in general. I think people will appreciate OSTs, soundtracks and stuff, but they won't really appreciate the soundtrack that is actually a part of the storytelling, if you will. So go off and watch Anemone. I will link it down below for you to go and watch. It is beautiful, it is stunning, it is sad, but it's also uplifting. So thank you for watching. Go watch Anemone and let me know in the comments down below after you've watched it your thoughts on it.